everyone. Are you a mom that is struggling in finding balance in letting go and need to learn a little bit more about how to guide grown children? I want to help you discover, how to navigate that fine line between support and independence. And so let's get started here because I want to give you some wisdom and also some heartfelt guidance along this way. So for those of you that are new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked this difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And when her life spiraled, so did mine. So I understand where you are coming from. And so let's dive in. I have 5 points for you today. The first is really understanding the shift, embracing your role as a guide, because we start out as mom. We have that natural progression from a hands-on parent to really more of like a supportive mentor. And that's the goal, but it doesn't always go that smoothly, right? That's why you're here. That's why I'm doing this, is I know that it's not always a smooth transition. And so you really need to acknowledge that. What is the reality in your relationship right now? So reframing your perspective on what that looks like and learn to adapt to a lot of these changing, dynamics of your relationship with your grown child, your son or your daughter. So the embracing that role as a guide is not always easy, but it's the first step. We need to look at it that way. Secondly is empathy and boundaries. And a lot of you struggle with boundaries. I hear this every day from you, and it is understandable. But you have to learn to foster some healthy boundaries, and also at the same time to have some empathy for what your child is going through, even if it's not respectful, even if it's not what you want to hear and the relationship is in a really, really tough place. And it's hard to do that. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is okay, because many times it's not, right? They're very disrespectful and all of that. And so I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying trying to understand and empathize with what they're going through, because clearly they're hurting, because hurting people hurt people, right? We know that. We tend to forget that when it's our child though. And so I want you to think about exploring that significance of empathy, trying to understand their struggles, their aspirations, their decisions, maybe an addiction, maybe trauma from childhood, maybe trauma from adulthood. But again, if that is the case, that decision is theirs on how and when they're going to move forward to get some help. So I want you to remember that. And so on the flip side of that, setting those clear boundaries while you're going through this is crucial, because that will help maintain self-respect for you and try to have a balanced relationship with them, allowing them to have freedom to make their choices if you're in that situation where maybe they're still at home, but setting those clear boundaries so that you as a mom are in a safe place, because they don't always let us love them, right? They don't always let us do those things and have that balanced relationship, but it all depends on where your family is currently at. So I want to, before we finish the last 3 points, I want to remind you, if you haven't already signed up, I have a free live event coming up this Friday and the following Tuesday, and it's called Stop Letting Your Child's Defiance or Estrangement Control Your Life. And so it's this Friday, October 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I also have one on Tuesday, October 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can click the link below and sign up. It's a free event. So I look forward to seeing you there. Number 3 is I want to encourage you to have some self-discovery, cultivating your own independence from your child. That is part of letting go. And moving on is not something that I typically I don't usually use that verbiage. I like to think of it as you're moving forward in your own life. You're not leaving them behind as if there's never a chance for reconciliation, but in the midst of it, you have to be able to move forward. You have to be able to doing some self-discovery and figuring out what you love to do. What do you like? What helps you? What is healthy for you? So I want to empower you to do that and explore your own talents, because you have them. You have passions, you have talents. So, there's a lot of things, that come around that, and we're going to talk about that actually, and also in my event. Number 4 is self-care. Nurturing your own well-being kind of goes together with the last one. But the importance of self-care for you in this transitional phase is not an option. It's not an option. It is crucial. Trust me, I didn't do it for a very long time, and I got myself in a really hot mess. Living in the pit, as I call it. I encourage you, and I want to guide you and help you to not do the same. But there is a lot of coping mechanisms out there. You have to figure out what works for you. Not just good sleep and nutrition, but you have to be okay with walking away for a period of time or not engaging in that fight. Don't match their energy. That's what I always like to say, because it's so crucial. Don't match their energy. So I hope these tips helped you today. It's really a matter of understanding that this situation, you have to keep your faith. You have to keep the faith that it's possible, even though in the natural world right now, it looks impossible that your children could ever come home. It looks impossible that they could ever get their life together. It looks impossible that they could have an addiction and they're going to get through that, or they have mental illness and they're going to get through that. It starts with a choice on their part, not yours. And so that's how you have to pray for them. And in the meantime, you have to take care of yourself. And that's what I'm here to help you with. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.